Hey everyone, happy Sunday night soul time. I hope that you had a good weekend, Passover, Easter, if you celebrate. And here's to having a good week ahead. So what I want to talk to you about tonight is about claiming and unapologetically owning your divine I am power. It's a topic that we're all focused on in the women's purpose community this month. So I wanted to share a little bit of it with you and just really start to invite you in how to think about power, including feeling safe to be powerful, right? So as women, many times through societal standards or how we were brought up and raised, depending on which generation we are in, we were often, taught to, play small, to be nice, to not kind of like bring forth the full force of who you are, in many ways to hide the full essence and core of who you are. And what I want to invite you to think about as you navigate your week ahead is, what does it mean for me to feel safe to step into and embody my true divine I am power? And so a couple seeds I want to plant for you in terms of really exploring this, and the goal of you really to shed any, lack of confidence, self-esteem issues, ways that you're continuing to play small in your life, and to really feel permission to step into the fullness of who you are. And part of that is by doing some real deep self-awareness. So what I want to plant the seed with you to do is really explore, what are the ways in my life and with whom do I still play small, and why? What's coming up for me? What's triggering me about this situation or this individual or this, type of experience? And to just really, without judgment of self, from a real detached, very curious perspective, really start to make a list and identify, like, this is how I show up small, and be as specific as possible, right? You might take it down to really specific behaviors or circumstances, just in terms of having a deep, full awareness of self, right? And seeing where you're keeping yourself hidden so that you know where the work is to do. And once you have that, then I want to invite you to ask yourself for each one, what would it look like if I was to show up in each of these as the full essence and truth of who I am? And now here's where it gets a little bit interesting, because I am not talking about bravado. I am not talking about false power, or I'm gonna, and we've all had those examples. I am talking about you embodying your true soul essence, who is indeed a powerful woman, right? And bringing that into bear. And when you're embodying that, this is quiet. You feel at peace. You feel free. You feel unapologetic for being the authentic truth of who you are. And so once you have that kind of list of the ways that you think that you're really still playing small, what I want to invite you to do is then, like, close your eyes and just imagine, like, your full soul essence, like, coming down, anchoring down in you. And then ask yourself for each of those questions, each of those ways, those behavioral examples for how you're playing small, what would it look like if I was embodying my true full soul essence? What might that look like? And see what you come up with. How might you, the act as if, how would you behave differently? How would you be thinking differently? But start with behavior, right? Because behaviors can be easier to practice, funny enough, than actually getting the mindset together. And then come up with your list of, like, what it looks like to be in my true soul essence power. And then what I want to invite you to do is to pick two of those things on the list and challenge yourself, or just one, to practice one of those within the next week, as a way to really tackle stepping into your full power this week ahead, and of course into the future. Look, I really feel that there's massive energy right now to really help us say goodbye to all the parts of ourselves that are small, that are weak, that are just in disservice, disrespectful to the truth of who we really are. And for you to claim and own and step into your divine soul essence, your true, true power. So again, do some work this week, really get clear on all the ways and be as specific as possible that you're showing up small, that you're keeping yourself small. You're not showing up as your true, confident, embodied self. And then close your eyes. Imagine you're like your whole soul kind of anchoring into you, and you're just expanding in this power. And then for each one, what would my most powerful self look like? How would she behave in each of these? And then pick one of them to practice, just practice doing this week. Practice doing. Some mantras I love. It's safe for me to be powerful. I embrace my powerful self, to really help you embody more of that true and power. Because look, when you embrace your true power, you attract everything you want, that life you dream about, those intentions you have, those goals you have. When you're in a vibrational kind of match for your intentions, which I assume are like aspirational things, when you step into the truth of who you are, you attract those so much more easily. And at the same time, you step out of any limitation thinking about self or otherwise, or about your ability to manifest those things in such a easier, simpler, smoother way. So embracing your full power can help you just truly achieve and attract everything you want in life. Okay. And I have 3 more little tips for you. I'm gonna look at my notes. I have 3 ways, and this might come up when you do the work and make your lists. But here's some suggestions for you too, of ways to, some behaviors you might want to adopt for yourself if you're struggling on that. What does it look like? Is don't hide your ambition. Talk about your dreams. Talk about the ambitions and goals that you have for yourself. Don't apologize for them. Talk about them. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is speak up. Look, I know for many of my women that are in like corporate business settings, and I used to do it too, like sometimes we're quiet in the meeting and there's something we want to say, we hold back. What I want to challenge you to do is don't think, just speak up. Don't worry about how it's received. Just speak your mind, speak your truth, speak your opinions, honor your opinions, speak them out loud. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3 is when you're in negative thought, negative thinking, just pause it and choose a positive I am statement. I am powerful. I am enough. Whatever it is. So those are 3 kind of behavioral suggestions if you get hung up on what really embodying your full power looks like. And look, when you go out and practice, you just start to take on the energy of being powerful, right? It's like an act as if you want to be powerful, start creating the experience of behaving in it. And you might surprise yourself. You might surprise yourself and undo some old programming. So that's it. I wish you an incredibly powerful week. Again, it's something that we're focusing on together in the Women's Purpose community all month. And with that, we are launching a couple new groups this summer. So if you want to join the Women's Purpose community, if you're not currently a member, definitely reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to get you into our incredible community of executive women that are all focused on their own soul growth and expansion. So that's it for now. Have a beautiful week ahead. I'll see you soon.